He Ramakrishna, Madhuram Tava Satcharitram, Tvat Punya Nama Madhuram Madhuram Tadangam, Sambhashanam Cha Madhuram Madhuram Cha Ganam, Tat Kimno Yanna Madhuram Bhavati Tvadiyam. O Ramakrishna, your life story is sweet. Your holy name is sweet. Your form is divine and beautiful. Your conversation and your singing are sweet. Lord, is there anything which is devoid of sweetness in you? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is significance of Sri Ramakrishna's words. First I shall tell you the significance of Sri Ramakrishna's name and the power behind his name. Sri Ramakrishna's name. During Sri Ramakrishna's centenary time, there was a big conference in Benares. I'm talking about 1936-37. There was a very learned monk named Swami Bhagavatananda Giri. He is a monk of the Shankaracharya. He explained the significance of Sri Ramakrishna's name. Rama and Krishna, these two avatars combined, appeared in this age as Sri Ramakrishna. When Rama was born, his father, King Dasharatha, went to Vasishtha, their teacher, and asked, give a name to my son. Vasishtha said, the name of your son is Rama. There are so many names, why did you pick up that name? Then Vasishtha explained, the famous Vishnu mantra is Om Namo Narayanaya. Salutation to Lord Rama Narayana, Vishnu. If you take away Ra from that mantra, it becomes Om Namo Narayana. Its meaning becomes reverse. It means salutations to the sensual objects of the world. Just instead of God, it becomes world. So, Ra is the essence of the Vishnu mantra. And what is the Shiva mantra? Om Namah Shivaya. If you take Ma from that mantra, it remains Om Namah Shivaya. That means everything is bad, inauspicious. So I took the essence of Vishnu mantra and Shiva mantra and gave the name to your son Rama. Krishna also, her name is very interesting. Krish is dhatu, a Sanskrit root verb, becomes Sharup Brahma. And Na means Shuk, Ananda. Krishna means Anandarup Brahma. Again, Krish means Karshati, breaks. A plower, a farmer plows with that plow machine and breaks the ground. So Krishna breaks, destroys the ignorance, Maya. It also, if you put upasargo, prefix a, akorshati, he attracts the hearts of the devotees. That is Krishna. So these two avatars appeared, as I said, in this age as Ramakrishna. He himself said, he who was Rama, he who was Krishna, verily in this body as Ramakrishna. The Hindus believe the same God appears again and again as an avatar. As the same moon rises again and again, so same God rises again and again. Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita in the Kurukshetra to Arjuna. Same God appeared as Ramakrishna, demonstrated how to practice the Gita in day-to-day life. Very interesting. What is the essence of the Gita? Sri Ramakrishna says, if you repeat 10 times, Gita, 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 it sounds tagi, 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 tagi. That means renounce, renounce, renounce. Renunciation, non-attachment, is the main theme of the Bhagavad Gita. Acharya Vinoba Bhave mentioned that I read 50 commentaries of the Bhagavad Gita, but the best commentary was told by Ramakrishna. Gita, 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 10 times if you repeat, it becomes tagi. It is hard for an avatar to hide. Sri Ramakrishna first tried to hide, to be born as a very poor family. It did not work. He thought, if I have no education, people will not recognize me. It did not work. Then he thought, if I take a job which nobody likes, most people do not pay any value of that kind of job, priest job in the temple. But it did not work. In the Upanishad, there is a saying, Shve Mohimini. He glorified by himself, his life, his sadhana made him great. He became the blazing fire of spirituality. Those who will come near him will get heat and light. If you stay away from the fireplace, you will be cold. You will get cold. If you near the fireplace, you will get heat and light. That happens when we come to an avatar. We get light, knowledge, inspiration, and heat, joy, bliss. The Upanishad, when we study the Upanishad, we say, Sadeva Saima Vidamagra Asit Sat, Brahman, God exists. In the beginning, God exists, Ekam Eva Dvitiyam, one without a second. But the Bhagavatam says, God exists, God comes, God calls, God plays with the devotees. That is avatar. I always encourage people to reach the gospel of Ramakrishna. Then you can watch Sri Ramakrishna's divine play. Swami Chetanananda wrote in a hymn, Mayam samashrita karoshi lilan bhaktan samudhvartamananta murti. He Ramakrishna, Toi bhakti hine kripa kachaksham kurudeva nityam. O Ramakrishna, you appeared embracing your own Maya. Do you know what that means? We are born out of karma. We embrace our karma, and then we take desire. That is the way we are born. But Avatar has no karma. But he embraces his Maya and creates a desire that I shall do good to humanity. That is the way Avatar is born. He Ramakrishna, Mayam Samasita Karo, and he wanted to help the devotees. Bhaktan, some infinite God took human form to help human beings to liberate them. O Ramakrishna, we are devoid of devotion. Please cast a glance of grace on us. That is the meaning of that verse. Ramakrishna's name is now spreading all over the world. His books are translated in many languages. I shall talk about it later. His name, his divine life, his message are spreading. Swami Vivekananda mentioned the power of Sri Ramakrishna's name. Many of you chant the evening prayer of Sri Ramakrishna. Krittam karoti kalusham kuhak antakari snantam shivam subimalam tavo namo natha. Tavo namo natha, Lord Sri Ramakrishna. Tavo nama, your name. What kind of name? Shivam, auspicious, good, beneficial. Shubhimalam, purifying, pure. What does it do? Krittam karoti kolusham. Kolush means pap, sin. It transforms sin into virtue. Punyam, krittam, punyam. It changes. That means it destroys all sins. Your name. What else it does? Kuhak antakari. Kuhak means Maya. It destroys Maya. Antakari means it finishes. Every evening we repeat in the shrine this hymn, Gyananjana Vimalana Bhikshana Mohan Jai. O Master, your eyes removes, destroys delusion, Maya. Ramakrishna. Now in the name of Ramakrishna, hundreds of temples and the statues and the hospitals and the schools and the colleges and the university, cultural institutions, then various kinds of social activities, practicing austerities. But in the name, all over India you will find Sri Ramakrishna, holding Sri Ramakrishna's name, so many institutions are coming up. Many young men and women, they are dedicating their lives and becoming monks and nuns. It is all by the power of Sri Ramakrishna's name. This name has a glory. When you are in danger, His name will give you hope to counteract. When you have a disease, Ramakrishna's name is the medicine. In darkness, Sri Ramakrishna's name will show the light. When you have wealth, Sri Ramakrishna's name will give you joy. At the time of death, it will take you to the realm of immortality. When there is too much friction, it will give you peace. At the time of meditation, it will take your mind and connect with God. Sometimes if you read history, you will find it takes time to spread the name of the avatar. Buddha's name is spread nearly 400 years after Buddha's passing away. It was in 250 BC, during the time of King Ashoka, Buddhism spread. Christianity, in 597 AD, Gregory the Great was the Pope in Rome. Saint Augustine carried the message of Christ to England, 597, after Christ passing away. But what we see about Swamiji, Sri Ramakrishna. Swamiji came to America in 1893. On 23rd May 1896, Swamiji gave a lecture in New York at Madison Square Concert Hall. Many of you have seen Madison Square Garden. In that big concert hall, Swamiji gave a lecture on My Master. That's the first time he gave a public lecture on Thakur. He gave two lectures on Ramakrishna, once in New York, another in Wimbledon, in England. Then Swamiji mentioned, within 10 years of Ramakrishna's passing away, his ideas encircled the globe. Within 10 years. As I told you, the other avatars, it took many years. We heard a story that when Swamiji came to give the lecture, he saw the audience. And he was reluctant to speak about Thakur. Why? He thought these people are attached to worldly things, lust and gold, communication. And Sri Ramakrishna's life was free from communication. So perhaps his life will not be appreciated or understood by these people. It is better not to speak about Sri Ramakrishna. At that time, it was on the podium. Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji was about to leave. Then Sri Ramakrishna appeared before him and said, no, talk about me. It will do good to the people. Then Swamiji talked. There is a beauty, sweetness, simplicity, depth, and Catholicity in Ramakrishna's name, which we observe. When we read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we find his teachings are so simple. Sharadananda says Thakur came to make religion simple. You see, it is the philosophers, theologians, scholars make religion complicated. And Sri Ramakrishna's words, sentences are not long. Some sentences are 2-3 words. Some sentences have no verbs at all. Sometimes we see great scholars, the sentences are long, several lines. There is a saying, mitancha sarancha vachohi bhagmita. A real orator speaks the essential things in few words. That is the technique Ramakrishna adopted. View all ideas in simple few words. Shakespeare says, brevity is the soul of wit. Sankipta, brevity, is the essence of your intellect. How briefly you can express your ideas. Some people blah, 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 words after words they use, but there is very little meat there. One day he said to Keshav Chandra Sen, not Keshav, some devotees, if you want to understand it in 1,000 words, go to Keshav Chandra Sen, because he is a speaker, orator. But if you want to understand in one sentence, stay here. Sri Ramakrishna says, the Divine Mother speaks through my lips. So when we read Gospel of Ramakrishna or Ramakrishna's divine play, please remember, those words are true. True. Truth never becomes old, that I say again and again. The truth of the Upanishad, Gita, will never be old. Bible, Christ says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. These words of Jesus will never change, because they are the truth. Sri Ramakrishna himself experimented. There is a big piece of a stone in front of Nahavat. And he says, Mother, if my visions are true, let this stone move thrice. And the stone moved thrice. Sri Ramakrishna reconciled, he harmonized all religious paths by practicing himself. He harmonized jnana, karma, bhakti, yoga, 4 yogas. He harmonized different philosophical schools, dualism, qualified non-dualism, non-dualism. He did not destroy anybody. What do I mean? We see in Rama incarnation, he killed Ravana. In Krishna incarnation, he killed Krishna. But in Ramakrishna incarnation, he killed the greatest demon one can think of. What is the name of the demon? Doubt. Doubt is a great demon. That is the reason Swamiji said, Samshaya Rakshasa Nasha Mahastram Yami Gurum Sharanam Bhava Vaidyam. A Samshaya Rakshas. Doubt. Doubt about God. Doubt about everything. That's the reason Swamiji said that old religion says he is an atheist who did not believe in God. The new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. Sri Ramakrishna demonstrated God exists and one can see him. When we read the history of the change of religion in different centuries, we find in the 19th century the main focus of religion was reason. People wanted to understand God through intellect. What is God? But intellect has a limit. After that you cannot go. That is the reason we reach Kant's, the critique of origin, reason. Reason. But reason has a limitation. In the 20th century, the main focus of religion was humanism. If religion does not help human beings, what good is that religion? Throw away. Religion must help me, give me peace and joy, which you cannot buy in the market. That is the reason people come to religion. What would be the main focus of the religion in the 21st century? Mysticism. Nowadays people say that we read enough, we heard enough, we saw enough, now we want experience. Experience. Religion is realization. That's Swamiji pounded in the West. Doctrine, dogma, they are all external things. Real religion is experience. In this 21st century, religion is moving to that direction. In that respect, Sri Ramakrishna will play, his life and teachings will play a vital role. I remember in 1992, I was invited to speak in Avila, Spain, St. Teresa's birthplace. There is a school called Contemporary Mysticism. So I spoke there about Sri Ramakrishna. These mystics kept religion alive. Then the power of Sri Ramakrishna's words. What is his power? You see, Swamiji was a Brahmo before he came to Sri Ramakrishna. He did not like Hinduism, various aspects of Hinduism, of course. The Brahmas, he did not believe God with form, Sakarvad. He did not believe doctrine of Guru, doctrine of avatar, doctrine of non-dualism, doctrine of reincarnation. These 5 things he did not believe. God is formless, no guru, no avatar, no non-dualism. Their concept is God has form, formless, but God has qualities. He is merciful, He is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, all-powerful, merciful. These are God, but no form. That Swamiji believed. But Sri Ramakrishna, by his grace, when his father died, as you know, he came to Sri Ramakrishna for help. Sri Ramakrishna sent him to Mother Kali, and he prayed, Mother, give me knowledge, devotion, discrimination, renunciation, and uninterrupted vision. These 5 things he prayed. Anyhow, so at last he admitted God with form. He believed in Guru, he believed in avatar, he believed in non-dualism through experience. Sri Ramakrishna touched him. And he was criticizing that a chair is Brahman, pots and pans all are Brahman. Nonsense. But Vedanta says everything is Brahman. So Sri Ramakrishna touched him, he went home, he saw his mother is consciousness, food is consciousness, the car coming on the street is consciousness, the railing of the pool is consciousness. he has experienced that yes, this non-dualism is, non-dualistic experience is true. Anyhow, this is the way Swamiji preached that non-dualism in the West. Swamiji was changed by, not through Sri Ramakrishna Ji, not intimidate him or scold him or force him. He transformed him through his love and through his reason. And when Vivekananda was changed, he was the representative of the Western religion. Western people do not accept anything without evidence. So he got the evidence and his life was changed. These all came by the power of Sri Ramakrishna's words. There is a mesmerizing power of Sri Ramakrishna's words. If you read this section, his conversation with Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar, generally where in the meeting where Vidyasagar is, only he is the speaker, all are audience. Nobody can talk. But in Gospel we see Ramakrishna is the speaker, Vidyasagar is the listener. Once Keshav Chandra Sen came to Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna says, Keshav, give a lecture. Well, my goodness, shall I have to carry the coal to the Newcastle? Shall I sell the needle to a blacksmith? Sir, he was reluctant to speak. Next, some of the words I shall now explain to you how Sri Ramakrishna, what Sri Ramakrishna meant. He was asking Keshav, Ashwini Kumar Datto, hello, do you get roseate intoxication? Golapi nesha. We sit for meditation in the morning and evening, but we do not get intoxicated. We repeat mantra, try to meditate, we repeat mantra, try to meditate. We do not get intoxication. So Sri Ramakrishna is teaching how to get intoxication. It is extremely important. He had two disciples, they are alcoholic. So Sri Ramakrishna told Shurendra, listen, you when you drink, first offer that wine to the Divine Mother. But be careful, your head and feet, head should not reel, and you must not have an unsteady walk. He is not telling, do not drink, but he is trying to make him under control. So putting the wine bottle, we can imagine, putting the wine bottle in front of the mother and he was praying, Mother, please drink this wine and make me prasad. Make me prasad, wine prasad. And drinking wine prasad, he was chanting Ma, Ma, Ma. Just see, he's connecting spirituality through the wine. Same thing, Kalipada Ghosh. He was in Bombay, Swami Chetanananda went to see him. After his walk, he came and he drank. And pacing in his living room, Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna, Jai Ram Krishna. He's drinking and praying Sri Ram Krishna and meditating and thinking of Thakur. So Swami Turiyananda says, his drinking is worthwhile. The thing which takes your mind and connects with God. See Sri Ramakrishna, the power of words. Golapi nesha. In the morning and evening, do you get roseate intoxication? So that your mind will be connected with Thakur, with God. Next words Sri Ramakrishna said, Ami karmonasha, Ami farajdanga. I am the destroyer of action and I am the French colony. Very interesting, his words. This sentence is not in the Gospel or in the Ramakrishna divine play. It is in Swami Turiyananda's reminiscences. It was in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was in Shampukur House, Calcutta. Dr. Mahendralal Sarkar came to see him. Sri Ramakrishna was telling the doctor, Girish was telling that, hello, you are here sitting with your patient 3-4 hours. Will you not, your practice, your other patients are waiting, what is this? So the doctor said, my Daktarian patients, this Paramahansa occupied my mind. I am now losing money, I am losing everything. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, listen, Karmanasha bole ekta nodi ache. There is a river named Destroyer of Action. If you dive in that river, all of your karmas will be washed away. That means you will be free. That man never returns to the world. Sri Ramakrishna made him understand that I am that Karmanasha Nodi. I am that destroyer of action river. If you dive in me, you will be free. Ordinary people, or as I said many times, avidya kamo karma. Why do you work? Because you have desire. Why do you have desire? Because you have ignorance. So ignorance, desire, action. We are all billions of people who see around, including ourselves. We are all rotating in these 3 places. But this karma will be wiped out. He says, Ami Forest Janga. Before 1947, India got freedom in 1947. India was divided by 3 foreign countries, British, French, and Portuguese. They occupied several parts of India. British people took the major portion. So if anybody does anything wrong in British India and takes refuge in French colony, British people cannot arrest him or do anything, can punish him. So Sri Ramakrishna meant, in this world, whatever you do, if you take refuge in me, you will be free. Nobody will be able to punish you. I am the refuge. That is a great power of an avatar. That is the reason Aurobindo was a revolutionary. He took refuge in French colony, Chandanagar, then Pondicherry, so that the British people cannot arrest him. In Dakshineshwar, there are some cats. A mother cat gave birth to a few kittens. So Sri Ramakrishna, then they are not well treated in the temple garden. The guards used to hitting them and did not get good food. So Nistarini Devi, a woman devotee, came to Sri Ramakrishna and said, hello, I have a request. Will you take these cats to your home? You have a big family. You can easily give some food and take care of them. These cats are beaten up and they come and cry to me. They move around my feet and they take shelter under my bed, under my cot. Please take them to home. So she took all the cats to her home. So wherever she met, Sri Ramakrishna said, look, those cats took refuge in me. Please look after them. Then another man came, he is a Kathak. Kathak means he explains Ramayana, Mahabharata through singing, through exposition, that's called storyteller type of person. So he came and he wanted an instruction. Sir, I practice spiritual disciplines, but my mind is very disturbed. His name is Narayan Das Bandyopadhyay. They used to call him Thakurda. So Sri Ramakrishna says, I understand your problem. You come to me, I shall set your chit over chit. As if Sri Ramakrishna is an expert dentist, you see. When you for your denture, if you have not a good bite, or if the denture is not right, it is hard to, you feel very terrible. So Sri Ramakrishna says, come, I know how to set the teeth over the teeth, so that you will get a good bite. Very interesting way he used to speak. But my hand broke right now, come later. Then he told Gaurima, Ami jal dhali tu kada chatka. I shall pour water, you need the clay. So Gaurima said, where is clay? It is all stone chips here in Dakshineshwar. Oh, you could not understand me. Do you know what I mean? I mean, these women in this country do not have good education. They are suffering. Please work for them. Gaurima was a sannyasini, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple. She is a nun. In Dakshineshwar we see various people which come to see Sri Ramakrishna, and he taught each one individually. Same medicine does not work in all diseases. According to disease, the doctor prescribes medicine. So Sri Ramakrishna prescribed instruction according to that person's need. It shows that Sri Ramakrishna was not always absorbed in divine intoxication. He used to think the pain, suffering of humanity, especially women. So later on, Gaurima established Harideshwari Ashrama, a women's education. It's a big center now. Sri Ramakrishna said, that is a very famous sayings of Ramakrishna, Kamini Kanchan Maya, lust and gold are Maya. But Swami Nikhilananda translated woman and gold are Maya. Western women resent from that translation. But anyhow, the translation was done in 1942 before Women Liberation Organization came into existence. Woman and gold are Maya. Actually, what takes away our mind from God? If we deeply think, sex and money, these are the two powerful forces, take away our mind from God. As I told you many times from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, these three desires are controlling the whole world. Lokoishana, Putrishana, Vittishana. Lokoishana, desire for name and fame. Putrishana, desire for children, progeny, sex. Desire, Vittishana, desire for money. These three desires are controlling the whole world. You might have other desires, but all desires are incorporated in these three desires. Some people think that only sex and money will give me peace and joy. No way. People experimented it. One professor made a wonderful comment. In the Western world, Freud talks about this sex, but it will give, the main focus, it will give you peace, joy. And Karl Marx talks about money, capital, his famous book, will give you peace and joy. And Sri Ramakrishna says both are Maya. They cannot bring peace and joy. Real peace and joy come from spirituality. Swami Chetanananda in Boston, he gave a book, Gospel of Ramakrishna, to a professor in Harvard University. He read Woman and Gold are Maya, he closed the book, he just read it. Then Swami asked him, do you know how to read that book? Take that portion which suits you. All teachings of Ramakrishna are not for me. I am a Ramakrishna monk. All teachings of Ramakrishna are not for you. He'll have to teach according to each individual. You'll have to see to whom he is talking. Don't take his teaching on you. There are some people are there according to your sample, according to you. They take those teachings which inspires you, uplifts you. Then that professor again read that Gospel of Ramakrishna and told Swami Chetanananda, Swami, this book has a great value in our society. Our society is guided by dollar king and sex queen. Sri Ramakrishna has the answer. As Sri Ramakrishna is the answer of Freud and Marx, similarly, Sri Ramakrishna has an answer. I remember one PhD student of theology came to me. She used to go to Webster College. She told me, Swami, she read the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Swami, this book has only one defect. Gospel of Ramakrishna. What is the defect? This book has an end. This book has an end. That is the only defect of this book. Sri Ramakrishna further said, ঘরে এই ছবি ঘরে ঘরে পূজা হবে. This picture will be worshipped in every home. He worshipped his own picture with flowers. Once in Nahabat, in Holy Mother Shrine, and another time in Kashipur. He asked Swami Brahmananda to bring his picture, and he offered flowers and made that comment. In the future, this picture will be worshipped in every home. Ghare ghare. Many, many. We sometimes use words, duplicate, double words, to emphasize. It is called bipsha in Sanskrit. So, ghare ghare, in every home. Ghare ghare means every home. We do not expect that any Christian, all Christian home, Islamic home, Jewish home, Sri Ramakrishna's picture will be worshipped. But after 1893, Sri Ramakrishna's ideas of Catholicity spread in all religions. Nowadays, no religion says our religion is the only religion and all other religions are false. Nobody speaks like that anymore. Nowadays, most of the cities in this country and other countries also, interfaith, interreligious council, various organizations are developing so that we can know each other, we can communicate with each other, we can have dialogue with each other. So my religion is the only religion. Seldom you will find anybody is talking about. Then when I was in Belur, these thoughts came to my mind. Ghare ghare, no way. But now Sri Ramakrishna is into every pocket. iPhone, smartphone, iPad. If you type Ramakrishna, you will see Ramakrishna's pictures, many things about Ramakrishna. So your iPhone means you are carrying Ramakrishna in your pockets, in your bag, in your bag. That I showed you. Cell phone, mobile phone, due to internet, you can listen YouTube and listen gossip go on Google Guru, spread Sri Ramakrishna's. So, ghare ghare puja hobe. Sri Ramakrishna's teachings have been recorded by 5 people. First, Adi Kathamrita, original first Kathamrita, recorded by Girish Chandra Sen, a disciple of Keshav Chandra Sen. He recorded 180 teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Then came Suresh Chandra Datta. He recorded 950 teachings of Ramakrishna. Then Ramchandra Datta. He recorded 300 teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Then M. He recorded 177 days conversations with Ramakrishna. And 5 Sri Ramakrishna's teachings recorded by Swami Brahmananda, 248 teachings. I gave a class on that book, Words of the Master. It's a good book. So these books, two among these 5, 2 have been translated, 3 have not been translated. So I was thinking perhaps I can start translating those 3 books so that people can see the whole Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's Gospel has been translated into English, French, German, Spanish, Dutch, Swedish, Portuguese, Italian, Hungarian, Belgian, Polish, Croatian, Greek, Hebrew, Japanese, Chinese, and Bharati, and many languages in Indian languages. Now Sri Ramakrishna's teachings and Sri Ramakrishna's disciples' teachings are now, people are translating them. Anyhow, oh my goodness. I shall tell you a very interesting incident. Vijay Krishna Goswami was a Brahma leader. Great, he's a saint. And he traveled many places. Sri Ramakrishna one day asked him, Vijay, you traveled far and wide. Have you met any great monk? Vijay says, sir, I met some monks are 2 annas, 10%, 20%, maximum 50%, 75%. I did not see 100%. Sri Ramakrishna says, you are lying. Vijay was very upset. How can I lie? Sri Ramakrishna then smiled and said, Vijay, you have the concept of 100%. Otherwise you cannot, how can you compare 10%, 20%? Without having a concept of 100%, you cannot compare that way. So Vijay was very happy. Then he says, sir, 100% I saw in you only. Sri Ramakrishna says, well, it doesn't matter. You have the idea of concept. You have the idea, concept about 100%. It is a new information for me. Swami Premananda used to say, the master preaches himself, you boys are all witnesses. Swami Premananda said, don't think that you boys preach Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is preaching himself. His life is so fascinating, inspiring, and they are giving peace and joy in the hearts of the people. So I mentioned that, in Belur Math, that don't think Sri Ramakrishna is only seated in Belur Math on the altar. Sri Ramakrishna is spreading now all over the world. Romarola said, the man himself was no more. His spirit had departed to travel along the path of the collective life in the veins of humanity. That's a beautiful sentence. The man is no more. But his spirit has become spreading, is spreading like bonfire. I like that sentence. The man himself was no more. His spirit has departed to travel along the path of the collective life in the reigns of humanity. So I try to give you some ideas about Sri Ramakrishna's name, the power of his name, and some words only I explain. There are many, many words I can explain that way. Thank you. Om Niranjanam Nittamanantarupam Bhaktanukampadrita Vigraham Vai Ishabhataram Parameshamidjam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasanamamo